Most people think about paragliding is about adrenaline, a rush, a thrill, a dopamine hit. But what if I told you the kind of paragliding I love is close to meditation than extreme sports? Hello, I'm Cedar. I'm a paragliding pilot. Today, the weather condition in Korea is not good for flying. Normally, even on bad days, you can find somewhere to fly, farther south, early morning, or just before sunset. But this weekend, there is absolutely nowhere and no time to fly. So instead of flying, I decided to talk about why I fly and why, as a man in my 50s, paragliding has become such an important part of my life. One of the biggest misconceptions about paragliding is that it's just about excitement. Something intense, fast, and over quickly, like many other extreme sports. I won't deny that paragliding can be exciting, but that explanation completely fails when we talk about cross-country paragliding, also known as XC. XC paragliding means flying long distances using rising air to stay airborne. In Korea, an XC flight usually lasts 3 to 4 hours. In larger regions like Europe or North America, pilots can stay in the air for 10 hours, sometimes even longer. This is not a short thrill. It's more like a marathon in the sky. A slow, deliberate journey where endurance, patience, and attention matter far more than excitement. Calling this just a dopamine hit is like calling a long ocean voyage a roller coaster. So I started to asking myself, what kind of activity keeps you fully engaged for hours? Where your mind becomes so focused that everything else disappears. For me, XC paragliding fits that description perfectly. I'll go so far as to say that XC paragliding is a form of meditation. Not the kind where you sit still, but the kind where your entire body and mind are completely present. Your senses are fully tuned to the air, the light, the terrain, and subtle changes you can't even explain in words. In those moments, the past and the future collapse into now. Your everyday identity fades away. You stop being someone doing something and become part of a much larger movement, nature itself, unfolding in real time. This mental state isn't just poetic language. Philosophers and researchers have tried to describe it for centuries, from Nietzsche's long ago to modern thinkers like Stephen Kotler. Today we call it flow, a state where challenges and skill meet, where self-consciousness disappears, and where time itself feels different. In that state, your abilities expand beyond what you believed possible. And paradoxically, by losing yourself, you find your true self. This is why paragliding has become so meaningful to me in my 50s. Not because it makes me feel timeless, but because it makes me feel present. And that for me is far more powerful than adrenaline. If this way of flying resonates with you, I'll be sharing more thoughts and flights like this here. Thanks for being part of the journey.